Ting, Twice as Silly by Grace Lynn. Stories. Cut our hair exactly like last time, please. Yes, exactly the same. Story 1. The Garden. Ting is in the garden. What are you doing, Ling asked. I'm planting cupcakes. Ting says. Ting, Ling says, you cannot plant cupcakes. Ting digs a hole. She puts in a cupcake. She covers the hole. See, Ting says, I can plant cupcake. Ting, Ling says, cupcakes will not grow. Cupcakes are not seeds. Seeds grow. I will try anyway, Ting says. Day after day, Ting weeds and waters her garden. Ting waits, but nothing grows. Ling, Ting says, you are right. I will not have a cupcake garden. Cupcakes will not grow. Cupcakes are not seeds, Ling says. Seeds grow. Are beans seeds? Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. Beans are seeds. Good, Ting says. Then, next, I will plant jelly beans. Story 2. Lucky Red Paint. Ling is at the table. She has a paintbrush and a can of red paint. What are you doing, Ting asks. I'm painting my toes red, Ling says. Red is lucky Chinese color. I want my toes to be lucky. Do you want to paint? Yes, Ting says. I want to paint. You can paint now, Ling says. I will get more paint. What should I paint? Ting says. Paint everything, Ling says. I will be back soon. Ting likes to paint. She likes to paint fast. When Ting paints, the paint splashes. It splashes on Ting. When Ling comes back, Ting is covered with paint. Ling laughs hard. Ting, Ling says, I said paint everything. I did not say paint everything. On the swing. Story 3. Ling and Ting are at the playground. They're playing on the swings. How high can you swing? Ting asked Ling. I can swing higher than a tree, Ling says. You can? Ting asked. Which tree? Any tree, Ling says. Any tree? Ling asks. A tree that is taller than a giraffe? Yes, Ling says. A tree that is taller than a building, Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. A tree that is taller than a mountain? Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. A tree that is higher than the clouds? Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. A tree that goes into outer space? Ting says. A tree that is higher than the moon? A tree that is as high as the stars? Yes, Ling says. Yes, yes. Okay, Ting says. Show me how you can swing higher than a tree. I'm going to do it right now, Ling says. We both are. We are? Ting asks. How? It's easy to swing higher than a tree. Ling says. A tree cannot swing. Story 4. Apples. Look up there, Ting says. There are apples. I want to eat them. Let us pick them. The apples are too high, Ling says. We cannot climb that high. A monkey can climb that high, Ting says. Let us get a monkey. A monkey will get us an apple. A monkey, Ling says. How will we get a monkey? We will feed the penguin a fish, Ting says. Penguins will do anything for fish. We do not have any fish, Ling says. How will we get a fish? We will catch one, Ting says. All we need is a worm. Where will we get a worm? Ling says. We can get a worm in an apple, Ting says. Ling says, it's an apple we want. We do not want an apple for a worm. We want an apple to eat. But how will we get one? Ting says. Ling climbs down. Come with me, Ling says. I know how we will get apples. Ling brings Ting to the store. They buy many apples. Story 5, Reading Minds. Ling and Ting are reading books together. Ting, Ling says, this book says some twins are special. Are we special? Ting asks. Special twins can read minds, Ling says. Oh, Ting says, let us see if we are special. Okay, Ling says, I will think of something. What am I thinking of? Ling looks at Ting. Ting looks at Ling. Tiny scratches on her head. It is something spelled with 4 letters. Ling says, it begins with B. Ling holds her book. Ting looks at the book. Are you thinking of a book? Ting asks. Yes, Ling says. You did it. You read my mind. Now I will read your mind. Ling looks at Ting. Ting looks at Ling. Ling shakes her head. Nothing, Ling says. My mind is reading nothing. Ling, you're right, Ting says. I was thinking of nothing. Story 6, Not a Silly Story. Let us write a story, Ting says. Yes, Ling says, but you will not write a silly story. Okay, Ting says. It will not be silly. Ling and Ting were 2 girls. Let us not be girls, let us be rabbits. Okay, Ling says. Ling and Ting were 2 rabbits. One day they found an apple tree. They found a cupcake tree. The cupcakes were at the top of the tree. Not an apple tree, says Ting. Let us make it a cupcake tree. Okay, Ling says. One day they found a cupcake tree. They could not reach the cupcake. They had to use a lucky red toad to jump. Yes, Ting says. They jumped higher than the tree. They jumped into outer space. Outer space, Ting says. Yes, Ting says. The rabbit Ling said to Rabbit Ting, how will we get down? But you cannot talk in outer space, Ling says. Outer space has no sound. Ling and Ting were special rabbits, Ting says. They could read minds, so with her mind, Ting told Ling to eat stars. How could they eat stars? Asked Ling. The stars were really jelly beans, Ting says. After Ling and Ting ate them, they were very heavy. They sank down in the earth. What about the cupcake tree? Ling says. They picked some cupcakes on their way down, Ting says. That night they had cupcake for dessert after dinner. The end. Ling says, I said we could not write a silly story. This is not a silly story, Ting says. This is a very, very silly story. You're right, Ling says. You're right, Ling says. It is very, very silly. Just like us, Ting says. Yes, Ling says. Just like us. And this is the end of the book.